for the flag salute, please remain standing. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Father, help us to be receptive to the thoughts and challenges that come to us through prayer, through the printed page, and from the world around us. And help our leaders to find the best solutions to the problems that we face. We ask this in your name, amen.
Amen.
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, this is to announce that adequate notice of this meeting was provided. I direct the Deputy Clerk to enter into the minutes of this meeting, this public announcement, and the advance written notice of this meeting. Freeholder Arter.
Present.
Freeholder Belvard.
Here.
Freeholder Howard.
Present.
Freeholder Schwartz.
Present.
And Freeholder Director Downey.
Present. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At this time, I'll entertain a motion for adoption of the regular meeting minutes of February 27, 2013.
So moved.
Thank you. Moved by Freeholder Howard. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Freeholder Belvard. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Those minutes are adopted. At this time, I'll entertain a motion for the conference minute meetings. The conference meeting minutes. I have a tough time with it every week. The conference meeting minutes of February 20th to 27th, 2013.
So moved.
Moved by Freeholder Howard.
Second.
Second by Freeholder Belvard. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstention? The minutes are accepted. At this time, we'll move on to public comment on agenda items. If you'd like to comment on the agenda, please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Freeholder Burlington. I have just 3 comments on the agenda item. The first one is number 2, 5, and 10. You clarify more?
Yeah, number 2, we'll give the county the authorization to authorize up to $500,000 in capital for Burlington County College for their capital improvement program. There is money available from the state of New Jersey to the tune of $1.4 million. So in other words, what we are doing is providing the match for the $1.4 million in capital money that would become available from the state.
Number 5.
Number 5 is an administrative act that takes care of positions that are created and abolished during the month to the Personnel Committee. Mr. Hornicle, do you have that further information available?
Mr. Director, we had to create and abolish some positions because civil service changed the names of those positions, so we had to abolish the old, create the new so that we're in compliance with civil service, and then we added one other position in the jail to help us manage inmate records.
So what that means, though, is that we had to marry up to some civil service titles. We were not compliant with a couple of them, right?
Correct, they
So
upgraded them.
that would be what the creation would be, and then we had to hire someone in the jail.
And for number 10.
Freeholder Belvard.
Number 10 was with regard to the medical examiner. We're putting out an RFQ for forensic pathology services in the county. Request for qualifications for folks that can provide those services.
And the last one, what kind of truck you set? I mean, for the revolution truck, what kind of truck you set for information?
Freeholder Howard. Number 12, Bridge Commission.
What kind of truck was it?
Oh, basically what happens is the Bridge Commission, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, 2006, 2005 trucks that no longer fit their needs. So they've agreed to give them to us, so we could use them for dump trucks. They have plows on them, so we could use them. And they're very small, so we could use them in and around the facilities here, so we could help keep the facilities clean and plow the roads.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Director, if I could, point of order.
Yeah,
Mr.
you're gonna have
Lopez has a camera, has a very bright light.
Yes.
Oh, my bad. I think you're good, thank you.
Thank you.
My eyes, thank you.
I'll close this portion of the meeting to the public, and at this time, I will move for unanimous consent of resolution items numbered 1 through 6. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Donnelly, seconded by Freeholder Howarth.
I would move to remove item number 1 from the consent agenda.
No problem. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? Item 1 is now removed. Freeholder Schwartz.
Regrettably, I got the bills late today and I was unable to go through them, so I'm not comfortable voting on this. I'm going to have to abstain.
Okay.
I would like to get this is, so everybody knows, this is printout, and I haven't had a chance to go through it all.
Let's move in the future and see if we can try and build this down that Thursday, if not that Thursday, that Friday. But it's a valid concern.
Okay.
I am going to continue the motion to vote them on because we have to pay the bills.
Yeah, I know, but meanwhile, I'd like to know what I'm voting on.
Understood, understood. Yes?
I did have a time,
Okay.
time to look at it, and I have some questions. So, are you ready, Edward?
Over the net, let's go.
Okay, on page, and I try to look at them, so I apologize ahead of time. On page number 2, the affordable interior systems, $18,271.26. That looks like it's furniture and equipment for the library edition. Is that money that had been, through some sort of capital fund, or is that?
It was part of the capital fund funding of the addition to the library.
Okay. Now, page number 4, the very top entry there, American Kitchen Machinery, kitchen equipment repairs for over $20,000. What exactly is that for, if you know?
Freeholder, last July, just before the sale of Buttonwood, there became 2 issues over at Buttonwood, one having to deal with the dishwasher and one with the steam pot or soup maker. And it was, they both broke down and needed to be fixed. We had initiated the work during July, but it was never completed until about September. I did reserve money to pay the bills, expecting that this could happen, and this closes out the payment to the vendor for those 2 items being fixed.
Okay, there won't be anything additional on that?
No, ma'am.
Page number 7, about 3/4 of the way down, Bank of New York Mellon, there is a bond interest payment of $457,816. Is that something that we pay once a year, more than that? What's
There's different bond payments as we go through the year. My guess is that this is probably one payment for that year.
okay. Page number 11, also about 3/4 of the way down, and I may say this wrong. Chart Horn, $12,660 for professional services. Do you know what those services were and related to?
I do. This is engineering professional final design and construction for Burlington Road CR 603 at, I think it's Perry Boulevard and Branch Pike. Is that right?
Yes, it's a safety improvement at the intersection of those 3 roads.
Okay, thank you. Oh, and what kind of services did they provide?
They're doing final design.
Okay, thank you. Page 17, I may have asked about this before, so I apologize that if I don't recall, I'm being repetitive, but Camden County Health Services, there's a cost there of $10,190, about 3/4 of the page down.
I'm sorry, ma'am, what page?
Oh, I'm sorry, page 17.
17. This is legal health services for the indigent.
And this is something we have a shared service with Camden County or
We
something?
pay on a routine basis, yes.
Thank you. I think I did ask that before, but yeah, I'll remember with enough repetition, so thank you. Page 56, second entry, Mazer Consulting. There's a total of $21,881 at professional services. What do those services relate to?
33,271, the 21. This is again engineering. This is the rehab of White Street Bridge and D418 and Holland Design and Permits. Joseph.
White Street Bridge, a bridge that was constructed when President Lincoln was in office. It's a brick arch bridge. We're proceeding with final design.
Okay. Thank you. I'm almost on page 79. The bottom 2 entries there are both for professional services. One for Parsons Brinkerhoff, total of $16,827.
This is the Campus Drive extension. paid out of capital. Joseph?
Canvas Drive is a construction project. It was an interconnection road that we're doing on behalf of DOT. Parsons is one of our consultants.
Okay, and then just below that, the PB Americas Inc., what are those professional services?
This is work on County Road 541 signal optimization.
Okay.
It's Parsons Brinkerhoff again. Its services relative to the intersection improvements.
Page 99, the second entry there, second two entries, Burlington County Fairgrounds entries totaling $40,846.83. What are those for?
This is consulting services with Stantec, has to do with the parks. Pat?
Yes, those payments are being made to a consultant that worked on the first phase of construction of the fairgrounds. They were the design consultant that was responsible for the design and overseeing the construction. And we had some issues there that we just resolved, so we're paying them for that.
Do we anticipate any additional payments for that?
Not to Stantec, no.
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, not to Stantec.
Okay.
This is their final payment.
All right, and then my last one is page 103, Taylor Design Group, about halfway down the page. Professional services, what are those related to?
This is again resource conservation. This is the fairgrounds, has to do with Willingboro Lakes.
Yes. The Taylor Design Group has several contracts with the county at this point in time. I don't know whether all the payments have been lumped together, but they're working on the no-net loss, the tree replanting for the turnpike. They're finishing up some fairgrounds. They're responsible for development of the concept plan for Willingboro Lakes. They're also doing the design and permitting of improvements to Amico Island, as well as Crystal Lake Park. So
They're very busy.
they are, yes. So a lot of the work is happening now. So.
Okay. And then the only final comment there is on page 124, YMCA of Burlington County. I just have to recuse myself from that portion of the bill list because I'm on the YMCA advisory board.
Good.
That's it, thank you.
Okay. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? As noted. Abstain on all of them. Do you understand? On the totality and abstention as noted. Freeholder order.
At this time, I would like to move for unanimous consent of items numbers 7 and 9.
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Arter, seconded by Freeholder Howard. Any questions, discussion? All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolutions are adopted. Freeholder Belmar.
I would move for consent, number 10.
Thank you.
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Bellegarde, seconded by Freeholder Howard. Any discussion? All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Resolutions adopted. Freeholder Howard.
Thank you, Director. This time I'd like to approve by unanimous consent resolutions number 11 through 17.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Howard, seconded by Freeholder Bellegarde. Any questions? All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Resolutions are adopted. Questions from the press? Thank you, Danielle. At this time, we'll open to the meeting of the public. Anyone wishing to speak, will come forward and state their name and address for the record. Sheriff Stanfield.
Good evening, Sheriff Gene Stanfield, West Hampton Township. Just wanted to take a quick moment to speak about a program that Prosecutor Bernardi and I are working on together along with the Attorney General's Office and Abundant Life Fellowship Church. We're planning a gun buyback program for April 13th, which is a Saturday at Abundant Life Fellowship Church on 130 in Edgewater Park. There have been some gun buyback programs throughout the state right now. We're looking forward to a good opportunity to get guns off the streets and out of homes, especially guns that aren't being used. We want to make sure that a child won't discover a gun, that a house won't be burglarized and a gun taken and used in a crime. So our goal is, one less gun is a big step in the right direction for us. And just to illustrate some of the other issues that we're trying to address as a whole component of the gun violence issue. Right after the Sandy Hook shooting, we ended up making gun locks available to the public at the county library system, at county clerks, Morristown Mall store, and we were very successful. Over 1,500 gun locks were given away in a 3-week period. Now we've been doing this for years, usually about 500 away a year. But it just shows you, the interest people have now, and we want to capitalize on that to ensure that guns are being used safely, guns that aren't being used get off the street, and this is one step in that direction. We're also partnering with Servigio Centino's and Stop Up Your Guns to help us get the word out in the community. So it's a far-reaching effort, and I think we'll be very successful. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you, Sheriff.
And further information will be on the webpage shortly about that.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Any further public comment? Yes, sir.
Yes.
No, Willis. You'll get your bite.
Hello, my name is Everett Moore from Vincenttown, New Jersey, and at this time, I would like to invite Freeholder order to the Board of Directors of the South Stretch Memorial Library to discuss the possibility of our library becoming a branch library. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further public comment? You're up, bro.
Good evening, I would like to further comment on our sheriff's I hope it will be better than the Philadelphia come by. It will completely a lot of guns, one bazooka, that's a high power, and I hope it will be as much as greater as Philadelphia, and that will save people for Burlington County. The second question is, I want to thank some of the Freeholder members for coming to the St. Patrick's Day, especially Miss Order. I got a quick picture of you. Very quick picture.
It was fun.
And I want to thank the director for the proclamation. I think I got a perfect picture of that too.
Excellent.
And I want to thank Adams. I still love this t-shirt. Probably wearing it. And the second question is, when I was working at the Burlington, some of the 911 first responder, I said, asked her one question. I said, yes, the recent contract. And what kind of percentage was the contract?
1.75 per year.
How that was determined?
Through negotiations.
Do you know in dollar amount or?
Per employee?
Yeah, something
No,
like for.
that varies because we have employees that make varying salaries.
Like, for example, like 911 responder.
I'd be lying if I told you I knew. It's varying levels. I know what the overall cost to the county, the impact is, but I'm not.
How many departments that affect the 911 responder and other departments?
There were some 760, 750 employees affected by the collective bargaining agreement.
And personal, I think the potential order. When the full report for the Burlington County Library, for the whole Burlington County Library, you know when that's going to be available to the public?
We are still in the beginning
stages.
stages.
Still in the beginning?
We're in the beginning stages of gathering information. It's an extensive system, and we're also at a time when what library service has been and what it will be are changing. And so we have a lot of moving pieces we're examining and working out and gathering research, and this is only one of my 2 folders of information on the Burlington County Library system.
You know how long you're going to take to get like a month or 2?
More than a month or 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 6-month process at
That's
an optimistic.
Oh, well, I would like to see I want to see how they turn out. And the second question is, for the lighting, what's the process of getting lighting from the Woonsocket Road between West Hampton Municipal to 1 Street, closer to this West Hampton Municipal, Port.
I know what you're talking about.
Into next, like.
Irick Road?
Yeah.
I'll ask the county engineer to look at it. I'm not committing that
No.
it would get lighting, but I will ask the county engineer to look at it.
And I would like to, one other question. You think this year you had any plans about church services with different Freeholder County, like for Camden County or Ocean County? You know,
Could you repeat that? Could you repeat that?
I'm going to rephrase it. Are you planning to interact with other freeholders in the state of New Jersey? Like for Camden County or Burlington County? I mean, Camden County, Atlantic County, Middlesex County, freeholder from different
Well, we
counties.
interact socially.
You do?
To a degree, privately, yes.
Okay, that's what I know.
But if you're talking, you said shared services?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like-
didn't hear that.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
like, we just entered into a shared service agreement with Cumberland and one other county at Burlington County College for the Culinary Arts Program. We have a shared services agreement with the library for our residents when they're vacationing in Ocean County. They are able to use Ocean County library services in locations. As you heard Freeholder Barbar's question tonight, we have a shared services agreement through the Health and Human Services departments for additional services to the public. So we have numerous shared services agreements with counties that cover multiple departments.
And one other thing to, for the Concord RV basketball team won the state champion, I'm proud for them.
Oh, congratulations.
And I was like, I think that would be all I have.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Any further public comment? Yes, sir.
Good evening, George Youngkin, Medford, New Jersey. I just wanted to make a comment that we entertained 53 volunteers this past Sunday in the cleaning of the Bedford Branch Library, the Pinelands branch there on Main Street in Allen Avenue. Of the 53, I have to estimate 30 to 35 were high school honor students. So we got a ton of work done, and the place looks great. And the community came out and supported the library. So just wanted to
Very good, thank you. It's good to see you off your crutches, too.
yeah, thank you.
Any further public comment? Hearing none, I'll close this portion of the meeting to the public and move on to freeholder comments. Freeholder Schwartz.
Yes, I just want to request a copy of the cost report when it's finalized for Buttonwood. I don't know if any of the other freeholders would like to see that, so I don't know what the projection is and when that'll be ready.
The auditors are finishing up. I just actually spoke to them this morning. I'm thinking maybe another 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay, so thank you very much for your help with that. In regards to the animal shelter, I had the very great pleasure last night of meeting and having dinner with the Burlington County Friends of the Animal Shelter, and I am letting you all know that they are having a special event right from here. Maybe we could even post this on our website on Saturday, April 27th from 11 to 4. It's called, not my words, theirs, Raining Cats and Dogs Pet Fest. So I would encourage everybody to support that and get out if they can. One thing also that you need to know is that I will be working very hard on the liaison with the shelter to make the shelter a no-kill shelter. It's presently a kill shelter. I believe in this day and age, there's no reason to have that, and especially here in Burlington County, we should not have a kill shelter. So I will be working with the staff and the volunteers to get that to fruition. Also, I'd like to report that the programs that Mary Ann O'Brien began are still in effect and apparently going quite well. That was the Pets for Vet program, and she also had a program where I believe it was cats for free cats for older adults. So those programs are alive and well. We need to get the word out about that to the people. And that's it.
Thank you very much. Further Belcard.
Thank you. So I'm going to start tonight with my latest concern that it sounds like we're losing another prosecutor in the county from what I'm hearing. I know that I had mentioned this a couple meetings ago, and this continues to be a problem. My understanding is that this prosecutor is not leaving the field, but is instead going to another county. My understanding is Monmouth County. So, I just would continue to implore those of us here to move forward with the negotiations with the Assistant Prosecutor's Office, as well as so many other folks that are working without a contract at this point. We need to continue to negotiate fairly with all the employees of Burlington County. I would like to mention the Willingboro Lakes cleanup, which I went to with my, I drug my 2 young kids along with me on Saturday, which was a great success. I'm really pleased to see the great work that Clean Communities is doing throughout our parks in Burlington County. Pam Tisdale, I think, did a great job. There's another one this weekend at Pennington Park this Saturday, I believe, from 9 to 12. So if you or anyone you know can get out there, that would be great. And with regard to cleanup, I know George came up and spoke about it, George Youngkin, but I would also like to thank all the folks who made it out to the Medford Library this weekend and helped clean up there as well. You know, with so many great volunteers around the county, it's really impressive what we can do. So, and then congratulations and great job to everyone who came out and supported the St. Patrick's Day Parade. I guess it was 2 weekends ago now.
Yep.
So it was a good time. It's nice to see so many people out, you know, in the heart of Burlington County here in Mount Holly, and it was, I think, a really great event and a great point of pride for Burlington County. That's all I have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Howard.
Thanks for everybody coming out this evening. Just wanted to make 2 announcements. This Friday evening, over in Evesham Township, there's going to be what we call a mug and hug. It's with the Operation Yellow River Club. We have a soldier coming home at Evesham, and we're going to come around 6 o'clock and meet at St. Isaac Jogues Church, and then we'll move over to the individual's house with full fanfare and welcoming home this soldier. So I'm very involved in that program in Burlington County. I make every single one that I can as long as I'm home and I'm not out of the state or out of the area. And it just does a lot to see everybody come together to welcome these people home. So that's this Friday, the 15th. And the other thing I wanted to make an announcement with is coming up this 23rd and 24th of March, the Seneca High School is going to be hosting a regional robotics tournament, which encompasses Lenape Region District and now all the districts and schools that are in Burlington County. If you've never seen a robotics competition, you got to come out and take a look at them. Okay, so just wanted to let you guys know that, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Freeholder. Howard, Freeholder order.
Yes, thank you, Freeholder Director. I have 2 concerns with Freeholder Bellegarde's comments, and the first one is I'm not sure if Freeholder Bellegarde understands the character of prosecutors' offices and prosecutors. Traditionally, the prosecutor's office is where an attorney goes to cut their teeth and gain job experience, and they make the decision: are they going to turn it into a career, or are they going to move on to another location or another area of private practice? And I'm not sure if Freeholder Bellegarde also understands that we are not the lowest paying county to prosecutors in the state of New Jersey. And additionally, I'm not sure Freeholder Bellegarde understands the connection of dollars to giving raises across the board. And for every 1 cent in our county budget, it equals $4.5 million. And we have a $199 million budget, and we have state caps that do not allow us to raise our taxes above 2%. So I think these are things to keep in mind going forward when we try to raise red flags in this area, because you're dealing with a multifaceted issue that affects much more than one individual moving on to another job. It affects people who are looking for jobs, haven't been able to find work, and are being faced with rising costs to live in the state of New Jersey and shrinking incomes.
Just so we're clear, I understand all of that. I also understand that we've lost now, I think it's a half a dozen assistant prosecutors in the past year and a half that they've been working without contract for several years. And I know, for one, I don't want people cutting their teeth on rape and murder cases in the county that I live in.
And they are not. And the rate of people leaving is lower than it has been in the past. And every single time someone has left the prosecutor's office, someone with job experience, many years on the job, is moving in to fill those positions.
The cutting the teeth were your words, not mine. So
I did not say, I said people take jobs with a prosecutor's office to cut their teeth in a field. I'm not saying every person in a prosecutor's office does not need to have experience. I'm saying many people opt to go that route, and it is typically an area where there is turnover. And when you look at the historic numbers of turnover in our county in the prosecutor's office, we are at a lower number than previous years.
I'd also like to respond to that. As a former probation officer in Newark, New Jersey, which was Essex County, my experience there with the prosecutors were lifelong employees. They were there because of the love of the law, and they had many, many, many years of service. And in fact, people who were right out of law school didn't usually get a job. They looked for seasoned employees, and they paid well so that they could get them.
Thank you. I'm going to do my comments now. Very briefly, I have two things this evening. One, the Veterans Office continues to do an excellent job. I received a report today from Director Tate from our Military and Veterans Services Office. Year to date, he's brought in $2.3 million for residents of Burlington County. That is direct economic impact. It helps our military and veterans community, but it also is, as I have said in the past, economic impact dollars here in Burlington County that have a far-reaching impact. Since everybody was talking about the events they're going to, I'm going to talk about one I'm going to Saturday, and I'm having a difficult time believing it. The sheriff is having a not behind the wheel, a classroom-type driver safety event. And yes, I've hit that milestone in my life. My oldest is going to driving school starting Thursday evening. So I thought, what better way to spend a Saturday afternoon with my Caitlin than over with the sheriff talking about behind the wheel safety. On that note, I will entertain a motion.
Wait.
I'm sorry?
Do you want to talk about Leo? That's your kind of thing. You mention it?
Yes, thank you.
This is Leah's event, so she should get credit for it.
Well, every
Moving
year,
forward, this is my meeting. So I'll be the one to determine when everybody speaks.
But there's 3 women here.
And it is Women's History Month, after all.
It is Women's History Month, and on the 28th of this month, the Human Services, the Health Department, the Council on Women, we are hosting the Outstanding Women of the Year, and there are some very outstanding women who are going to be recognized at this event. One of them is the president of the Burlington County Chamber of Commerce, and that is Ms. Christy Ayakita. So please come out and attend it. I have attended it in the past. It is an extremely worthwhile event. Thank you, Joanne, for bringing it to my attention this evening. It was a little. Thank you for bringing it to all of our attentions. And it is also, in case you're wondering, men do attend as well.
I go.
So we hope to see you all there.
And I just want to say that Aaron Waller, who is a teacher at the school that I work at, is
We're going back to the conference.
It's awesome.
We're all going to school.
It's awesome. Being honored.
Well, if you gang are all ready, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Freeholder Howard, second by Freeholder Arter. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? We are adjourned.
Thanks, Joe.